The most powerful secret to overcoming alcohol addiction, at least for me, was learning how to get completely comfortable with the feeling of alcohol urges, cravings, and withdrawal. By alcohol withdrawal, I mean everything from the slight urge of wanting to have a drink to the intense physical shakes and mental strain that occur for heavy alcoholics. If you have a problem with drinking, I can safely guess that just about every time you start drinking, that decision arises with the desire to suppress the discomfort of not having a drink. For example, suppose you're out with some friends and they start drinking, or you're at home and your boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse brings home some beer or a bottle of wine or whatever alcohol. Your conscious mind, you, are fully aware of the drawbacks of drinking at this point and the benefits of not drinking. But when that urge hits, it's uncomfortable. So you start to consider the possibility of having a drink as well. And once you consider that possibility, it's not hard at all to find any one of 1,000 reasons why this time will be okay to drink. And then it's all over. And that's just a mild example. You're more likely in the habit of trying to suppress any emotional discomfort that you ever encounter by using alcohol. It's an easy escape from the emotional sensations of sober reality. The problem is that by numbing yourself to such feelings, well, emotional ups and downs are a necessary part of life. Without the ups and downs, you'll find yourself in a constant state of malaise, dissatisfaction, or even depression. Numb yourself to the emotional lows, and you'll inevitably cheat yourself out of the highs. To be fulfilled in this life, you must live on the full emotional pendulum. So, to break that pattern of relying on alcohol, what I want you to do from now on, whenever you sense the urge to drink at all, that slight malaise or discomfort or craving for a drink, your instant reaction should be to fully embrace, feel, and consciously know that sensation within you. Yes, this is initially very uncomfortable. You're facing a feeling that you've spent a long time trying to suppress by drinking. But it's time to try something different. This time, just let it be there. Go into that discomfort and just listen to it with your full mental awareness. Does some part of you want to drink right now? Do you feel any craving at all? If so, close your eyes and feel that sensation of wanting as clearly as possible. Don't try to change it, just focus your attention on it and describe it. Really get to know that sensation of desire as deeply as possible. In doing this, you're learning to get comfortable with this sensation rather than turning to alcohol to suppress it. So many traditional rehab programs and techniques are focused on reducing cravings in order to overcome them. But I have found that learning how to embrace and be comfortable with those sensations is a vastly more powerful approach to moving through alcohol withdrawal. Also, since alcohol has the ability to numb strong emotions, there's a good chance that over the years you've learned to cope with stuff like anxiety, anger, sadness, boredom, and all the other, quote, difficult emotions by drinking. This exercise that I'm talking about, it's an awesome replacement for that tendency. Whenever you find yourself thinking about having a drink due to one of these emotions, try this same exercise. Just take a few minutes to turn inwardly, and even if you think you'll decide to take that drink later, be sure to practice this exercise for at least a few minutes as a practice opportunity. You'll eventually have an incredibly powerful tool for managing cravings, and it will enable you to not rely so heavily on drinking to cope with that or any difficult emotion. In fact, regardless of how you feel, practice this exercise as often as possible with every emotion and mental state that comes along. The feelings that once prompted you to drink will become nothing. Okay, I know this whole thing might sound a little bit weird, but you really have to try it to see how powerful it is. Don't disregard it, just because it doesn't seem like it will work, or because I seem like I have some bizarre ideas. The approach really defies logic. So even if you're in a situation that doesn't seem convenient, perhaps at a restaurant with people around, just go to the bathroom, close the door, close your eyes, and take 5 minutes or so just mentally observing and embracing that sensation within you. Whether or not you choose to go ahead with the drink, do this first for as long as possible, and just make a mental habit of practicing this. Each time you do this, you'll get stronger and the benefits will accumulate. It sounds strange, yes, but it really is an amazing key to getting beyond alcohol addiction, or just about any other addiction for that matter. Now, some of you might be thinking that by focusing on discomfort like this, that you would actually increase the discomfort, but the fact is you actually dissolve it. I've used the same method to also quit smoking, and I've seen a lot of other people do the same. I've found that a person's ability to overcome an addiction, whether it's alcohol or something else, is in direct proportion to their ability to transform the sensations, urges, and cravings that are driving their addiction. And this technique that I'm describing is an amazing method of expanding your capacity to do just that. Some people are able to use the cold turkey approach, but really that usually doesn't last long. And then there are some people that get prescription medications to reduce cravings, but that just makes you reliant on another substance which may leave you in the same position once you stop using it. But the method that I'm talking about here, it increases your ability to tolerate cravings no matter how strong they are. And the magic part is that they eventually just disappear because they stop negatively affecting you. So once you've conditioned yourself to handle uncomfortable emotional sensations like this, cravings, urges, and addictions will never overcome you. It becomes easy to stay in control of yourself and choose what you really want. All right, I could spend a lot of time on this subject, but it's going to get beyond the scope of a short video. If you'd like to explore this aspect of my approach more, I've created a 2-hour audio program that goes into real depth with mental exercises that develop your skills with this. I'll put the website address up at the end of this program in case you're interested. But for now, let's move on to step number 3.